Back on Sold Out Sports Talk on AFR Talk. Roman Gabriel III, your host. Of course, you can catch us 8:06 Eastern Time, 7:06 Central, Saturday night, 200 stations on American Family Radio. And, of course, my guest coming in, I'm always excited to hear from her. Follow her very closely on Facebook. LPGA professional golfer down in Murrells Inlet, one of my favorite areas of golf, and, of course, golf mecca of Myrtle Beach, and she's a great representative for that. She's also going to tell us about something that she has a heart for, which we've known about, which is youth golf, and something that I never would have thought she got into. But she's Mrs. South Carolina, Meredith Kirk. Meredith, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on today.
All right, I'm shocked. When I went on Facebook and saw that you became Mrs. South Carolina, I said, what in the world's going on? We know that you love and you are a great representative for youth golf, but you had an idea. I saw this interview that you did on Golf Channel, which a lot of people have seen. You can go to her Facebook page at Meredith Kirk or go to juniorgolfexchange.org. But, Meredith, how did this come about that you decided I want to be Mrs. South Carolina?
It's kind of a funny story. Well, as you know, I'm an LPGA teaching pro, and also I'm a TaylorMade certified club fitter. And so last year, for about 4 or 5 months, I was doing fittings too, as well as teaching. And during this time, I also was a coordinator for PGA Junior League Golf, which is a league golf format here in the United States. And I coordinated a few teams here in the Myrtle Beach area. And what I noticed was the kids were struggling to get signed up. They wanted to play, but they didn't have the golf equipment. And as you know, golf equipment, to get a set of clubs can cost anywhere between $200 and $500, and that's not even the cost of maybe getting a golf shirt and a pair of shoes, and then registering to play in a program. And so I started thinking about this, and I thought, you know, these kids, a lot of them are using clubs that are like hand-me-downs from their parents, which can be too stiff and too heavy for a little kid, and it just started bothering me. And I think the Lord put it on my heart, really, to do this, because I started praying about it and just really pondering the idea of maybe starting a program, an exchange program where kids can get golf clubs from participating golf courses. So families can donate golf clubs, families that need them can pick them up, and during the process of it all, the golf professional at the participating golf course can club fit them. So not only are they getting a set of clubs, but they're getting an appropriate fit for their growing needs. And, you know, this idea just was in my head for a few months. I prayed about it. And then I thought, wow, I want to do this. I just had a very strong desire to do it, and kind of led me down the road to entering the Mrs. South Carolina pageant to get some media attention for this idea.
All right, so this is the question I have, because when I looked at your Facebook page, you said, first of all, I had to learn all the makeup stuff that you got to do for a pageant. Because a lot of these young ladies, this is what they do, like you play golf, this is what they do their whole life, is prepare for pageants. I mean, and then they got to have the talent thing and the whole deal, and then you got to learn to walk, which you told us that you had to learn, which is a lot different walk than walking down the fairway. So how hard was the transition to do something that a lot of these ladies have been doing their whole life, you know, for this contest?
Well, it sounds funny. I did a lot of studying, and you know, I've never worn much makeup in my life. I mean, I wear a little bit and stuff, but nothing like what's required at the pageant level. And there's definitely special techniques and application and whatnot. And then the walking in 5-inch heels, where, you know, you don't walk on your heel, you walk on your toes because it makes you look better. You know, there's all the tricks of the trade in the pageant world. And I mean, I literally am not exaggerating when I say I probably watched like 12 hours worth of YouTube videos, from how to do makeup on your eyebrows to, you know, walking and then doing a certain pose, how to square your shoulders and elongate your body. I mean, it's a whole nother world, but I took the time to learn it all, and it's actually quite a hoot. It's been really a fun, out-of-the-box journey for myself.
Okay, so these pageants, they have these tough questions that you're supposed to answer. So do they give you the questions in advance, or do you just have to be ready for whatever question? Because I always think about that girl on the YouTube video, I think it was a few years back, where they asked her about, you know, what would you do to make the world better? And she went into like a 2-minute answer, by which, you know, normally you don't really understand what they're saying. They almost say some things that you just go, where did that come from? But did you have to prepare for that as well? I mean, was that kind of tough? Or
Actually, that to me is very easy because I do a lot of interviews for my job, and I'm a pretty good communicator. I love talking with people. I'm very comfortable answering questions because really I just speak from my heart, and I honestly just pray, Lord, give me the words to speak. And so I'm really comfortable when it comes to communication and answering questions. You do not know what they're going to ask you. Nobody knows. In fact, I think you draw a question, and there's multiple questions, and there's also 20 minutes of interviews with 5 different judges. You have 4 minutes with each judge, and they're firing questions at you, and they're just out of the blue questions. 1 minute they can ask you, what are your thoughts on this issue? And the next minute they can ask you a question, what's your favorite thing to cook for dinner? So it's just like firing darts. You never know what they're going to ask you. And, my motto is I roll with it. I'm just going to be who I am. God's made me who I am, and I'm just going to answer each question honestly. That's what I did at Mrs. South Carolina, and I really wasn't even nervous. I was very comfortable, and so I'm really just taking the same approach going into Mrs. America. I mean, it can get intense, but I feel good about it. I love talking, so that's kind of an easy one for me.
Meredith Kirk with us, PGA professional down in Myrtle Beach, and she'll be going to the Mrs. America contest next week representing South Carolina. And is this going to be on television?
I don't know yet. I know that it is going to be live streamed, but if you go to MrsAmerica.com, I think they're getting ready to put all of that information up here in the next couple days. So that's something you can check into if you're interested in watching me, Mrs. South Carolina, walking those 5-inch heels across.
There you go. Take off the golf spikes. Trade them in for your 5-inch heels. You got to love that. Maybe you ought to try that on the golf course. I don't know if that would work, though.
I actually have mentioned that. I was like, hey, listen, it's free aerification. I just walk around.
That's right. You could aerate
green.
the greens. You'd be in great shape. I'm sure the greenskeepers would love you for that. All right, so here's the information. If you want to see how you can help out with the Junior Golf Exchange, it's juniorgolfexchange.org. And, of course, if you have youth and you're at a golf club and you have clubs that are sitting around the garage, or maybe you bought some new clubs, how do they go about getting those clubs to the right place, Meredith?
Well, right now we have 11 states participating with the Junior Golf Exchange, 16 participating facilities just in my home state here in South Carolina. So if somebody's interested in participating in this program, they can click on their state and see if there's any participating golf courses. And if they find one, they can drop off their golf equipment there. Or if they're needing golf equipment, they can pick up golf equipment there. But if there is somebody that is interested in this program and you do not find a location in your state, I would encourage that person to go contact their local golf course and share this program. Because, see, that's how the word is getting out as well. I have a lot of people that are interested, but there might not be a participating facility in their state yet, and they're kind of doing the footwork for me, saying, hey, this is a great program. Would you be interested in having this program here? And a lot of golf courses are signing up through just word of mouth of the program.
So go to juniorgolfexchange.org or go to Meredith's Facebook page, because she usually puts up all of her what's going on immediately there, and follow her at Mrs. America, because I'm sure that you're going to get a lot more attention to this plan that you have for junior golf. And that's so important to get juniors involved and get young people involved in golf, because it teaches so many great life lessons. Now, before I let you go today, the PGA Championship's going on at Valhalla. Tomorrow's the final round, CBS on Sunday. I'm going to do a little rapid fire with you, because I know you get to hang around some of these guys and you're around them some of the time. I want you to just tell me, just in a quick sentence, what comes to your mind as I name these golfers. This is somebody you spent a little time with in Myrtle Beach, Annika Sorenstam.
She's hardcore. I mean, she's very focused, type A. She can get the job done.
Ricky Fowler.
Fun-loving, happy, type B personality, real creative with his golf swing, very driven.
Jim Furyk.
Unorthodox. That's my only one word for him.
But you watched him, right? You watched him play.
Oh, yeah. He's incredible, but his swing is totally unorthodox. I mean, it's not the typical golf swing, but he is a super nice guy, very easy to talk to, very humble. I would love to see him win. He's due for a win.
Rory McIlroy.
He's just amazing. I mean, the kid's amazing. We're gonna see him for decades to come. Just an outstanding player all the way around.
Keegan Bradley.
I think that he is an amazing golfer, and I think he's very relatable to the public. I keep up with.
And
some
finally,
of
a guy that everybody loves, and of course, maybe the longest hitter on the tour in terms of accuracy in big tournaments, especially. Maybe a couple other guys in there, but Bubba Watson.
Bubba is awesome. And Bubba is also, he's very outspoken about being a Christian too. I think that's pretty cool. He is what he is. He's very transparent, really cool guy, and great with kids. Always signs autographs and whatnot, and just an amazing player. And he just bombs the ball out there. He's incredible, long hitter.
Okay, 1 minute left with Meredith Kirk, PGA professional, Murrells Inlet. Your wish list for a foursome that you could play in if anybody could play with you?
Living or non-living?
Either one.
Wow, gosh. I would love to play with, I'd love to play with Jesus for sure.
Gotta be a golfer, though.
I don't know, probably like Billy Graham, Charles Spurgeon. Most of the people I would choose would be people along with my Christian faith.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting. I think Tiger Woods would be fun. And Dustin Johnson, Michelle Wie. I'd like to play with her. That's a really hard call. Maybe some previous presidents as well. I don't know. There's so many I'd want to play with. It would be hard to pick four.
I wouldn't mind playing with Bubba. That would be pretty cool, I think.
Bubba, that would be fun. In fact, that little, I don't know, he created some kind of golf cart that like roams across the course. I don't know if you've seen it. It's really cool. I'd actually like to ride in that with him, just going really fast across the golf course.
All right, so here's the deal. Meredith's going to be next week. Follow the Mrs. America contest as she represents South Carolina and the juniorgolfexchange.org for your youth, for golf clubs and starting out in a program. Also, you can follow her on Facebook where she's at all the time. And Meredith, as usual, we appreciate you coming in and thank you for what you're doing for youth. And good luck in Arizona.
Thank you.